What's going on YouTube? It's ADirtyGrandpa here once again with another Moab. This one is with a model Moab, and you'll notice that my model is gold, and that's because I was using it quite a bit, but most of the leveling up I did for it was during the double XP that they had during E3. I took advantage of that just because shotguns, the good proficiencies for it are obviously range and damage, especially damage, and that's like the last proficiency you unlock, so instead of wasting a lot of time trying to level it up to get that proficiency, I cut the time in half basically doing that. So that's how I got gold so fast, and that's actually a really effective way to level up your weapons fast, especially if you have a prestige token laying around when they give you double weapon XP or double XP in general to use your prestige token on one of those, and it's like quad XP. And then if someone was to call in like a Moab, that's like 8 times XP, and then with the specialist bonus you get like over 1,000 points per kill, which is crazy. But this shotgun is definitely the biggest, like biggest inconsistent, most inconsistent shotgun that there is in Modern Warfare 3, in my opinion. I would say by far. This thing, I get shots that are crazy distances with this, and like shots that should never kill someone with a shotgun, even in like Modern Warfare 2, but this for some reason kills them. And then I'll get some hit markers when they're right in my face, and I'll have it like dead on their chest, and I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just me, but that was my personal opinion and use with it. With specialists, this shotgun's okay, but without it, this is just completely terrible. This is the worst shotgun I've used so far. The best, I would say, is definitely the USAS. I haven't really used the striker much except for infected. Same with the AA-12, except not infected. I only have like 5 kills with the AA-12, I think, or something stupid like that. But today I'd like to talk about shotguns in general in this game. And I know I talked about them a little bit in the Spaz 12 silenced Moab, but really what I'd like to talk about is how they shouldn't have kind of nerfed shotguns. Well, kind of, they did nerf shotguns quite a bit for Modern Warfare 2. And if you never played Modern Warfare 2, shotguns were secondaries, they weren't primaries, and they were quite powerful. They're, I'd say, like twice as powerful as they are now. And the reason as to why I could see them nerfing is because people are running around with shotguns and they're using them as primaries. Like in Modern Warfare 2, you could use an AA-12 with extended mags, and that thing just destroyed anyone that was in close range. Didn't even really have to be that close range. That thing had some pretty good distance. Not as good as the other shotguns, but still more than it should have. And that guy that I knifed right there, he was like pre-firing me before he could see me. I don't know how he knew I was there, but I thought he might kill me. That's why I knifed his body. But overall, the shotguns were pretty much better in every way in Modern Warfare 3. Or 2, sorry. And then when Black Ops came around, they nerfed it like they did with the snipers. They made them quite a bit weaker, and they made them primary, so you couldn't run around with your secondaries like you would with primaries. That's why in Black Ops you saw a lot of people using, you know, like stingers. I'm not sure what they're called, if they were called stingers. I can forget what they're called now. That shoot down air support rather than a secondary, because the secondaries were pistols, and in my personal opinion the only pistol that was worth using was like the Python. But then you had like crossbows and ballistic knives, I guess, as secondaries as well, and if you're good with those, then they were a okay choice, but I wasn't really that good with them. I know some people that were beasts, but that's what they did in Black Ops, and they kind of followed in their footsteps with Modern Warfare 3. But they really should buff them just because they are primaries. When you take a secondary weapon and make it your primary and then weaken it, it's making it terrible. Before they patched the shotguns, which they did way back when Modern Warfare 3 first came out, so they were even weaker than they are now. Like, they were just like, no, like I could think of all the secondaries pretty much I'd rather use than the shotguns when this game first came out. And that's the opposite what they should have done. If you make a secondary primary, you should buff it, in my opinion, just because it's the primary gun you're running around with. Yeah, it might be more powerful than in previous Call of Duty games, but it's your primary weapon before there were secondary weapons, and because of the fact, you should make them more powerful. That's my look at it, because your secondaries, when your secondaries are more powerful than your primary, that doesn't really make much sense in my head. Like, your secondaries are supposed to be there. Oh, by the way, speaking of secondaries, I get 1 kill with my MP9 there. That guy was just so tempting to kill. He was standing still, not moving. I don't think he was playing. Your secondaries are supposed to be there to help you out, as like when you get in a tricky situation or you're out of ammo, to switch to it fast. That's what I think of when I think of secondaries. I don't think as my secondaries as like if I had a shotgun as my primary, where if I switched to my secondaries I'd be better off using those. Like, that's not how it should work. But hey, that's what I think about it. Hopefully in Black Ops 2 they do make shotguns stronger and hopefully make them a liable choice as a weapon. And I know it seems like every time when you're using like a submachine gun and you get killed by a shotgun or a sniper and you're like, oh, screw you, like, I hate you, you're using that gun, that's stupid. But then when you're using it and you get killed by like a submachine gun or an assault rifle, you're like, the only reason why you killed me is because you're using a better gun than what I am. And it always seems to be the case. But in reality, the shotguns are quite bad in this game. Even on good close quarters maps, I'd rather use a submachine gun pretty much in every case, unless I'm using the USAS or like a striker. Those are the two pretty good shotguns in this game. The final thing I'd like to talk about in this video is a YouTube partnership, actually. The last video I uploaded, I got offered one and I accepted. I was like, sure, why not? And I believe it puts ads at the beginning of each one of my videos. If I choose, I can pick the individual videos and I make like 10 cents or 5 cents a viewer or something like that, something stupid like that. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it. Oh, my friend gets a Moab here. Like, I accepted to it, but I don't have to set it up on any of my accounts. I might if it gets me more views, and I'm not going into YouTube for like money. Like, I'm not looking for YouTube money. Like, I'm not gonna make you guys watch like a 10-second ad so I get 5 cents. I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. But if it gets me more views, I'll definitely do it. And I don't want more views because of money. Like I said, I want more views because when I kind of put time and effort into a video, I get like kind of like a sense of, I kind of want to say, accomplishment when it gets a lot of views, because I don't know, it's like people are enjoying it, like they're watching what I do, they like what I'm doing. And I don't know, it gives me a sense of accomplishment, rather than like if a video got like 2 views, it kind of be like, wow, what's wrong with this video, why don't people like it, why isn't it getting views? That's the way I think of it. And if it doesn't get me views, I'm definitely not gonna make you guys watch that and sit through it. I know when I go on some people's channels and I see these ads and some of them have like the skip ad in like 5 seconds, I'm like, come on, let's go here, let's go. But other ones you have to watch like these 15-second ads and they're just annoying and not fun. And I don't want to do that to you guys because I'm not a douche bag. I didn't mean to swear. Sorry about that. I try not to swear. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a little bit longer to get than I thought it would. I'm a Dirty Grandpa, and there is no ending clip today. I'm sorry. I haven't really gotten anything that's worthy of it. So, I hope you enjoyed once again, and as always, I'll see you later.
Securing Bravo. Friendly Cobra inbound. Mission accomplished. Good work.